How's it going, everybody? My name is Monasar aka Hajimun, and today, ladies and gentlemen, I have a very different kind of video for you guys today. A review video of a show that I just finished last night or the night before. But either way, I finished it recently, and the show, of course, I want to talk about X-Men 97. This show is so good that I'll make a review on it. But the review videos are something I want to do more often. I really enjoy stuff like this. Stuff that I enjoy I can talk about forever. So that's what we're going to do in today's video. I'm going to talk about what I liked, what I didn't like, and just my overall thoughts on it. And I can rate out of 10 or something like that at the end, I guess. So what did I like about the show a lot that makes me want to make a video on it? I like the characters a lot. This was my first introduction to the X-Men like ever. I always knew who they were growing up. I used to call, what's his name, Wolverine, X-Men as a child. Not even as a child, like all the way till like middle school. I thought he was the, like if someone posted a picture of Wolverine, I thought he was the X-Man, like that was him. But I know I'm wrong now anyway. But yeah, so as an introduction to the X-Men, this show is actually really good. Now I know that there's the movies that are supposed to be really good, but now I intend to watch it because of the show. But the movies are supposed to be really good, but I've never watched any of the movies. I haven't watched the old show, and this was the first one because people were just gassing the show up like crazy. So even before it came out, so I watched it the day it came out, and then I've been watching it every week since on. You got Cyclops, Wolverine, Jean Grey, Magneto, Professor X, Beast, Jubilee, Rogue, and Gambit. I should mention, this is gonna probably have spoilers in it since I'm talking about just the whole show itself. And I'm really bad at keeping spoilers in, so sorry about that. If you care about spoilers, click away, it's fine. And then you just come back after they finish the show. But yeah, the characters are really cool. They have a whole colorful, very colorful cast. They stand out like a Power Rangers almost. Heck, the story is also really good. I really enjoyed the story and the themes that are behind it. You could just, it's very like blatantly supposed to be like racism in a way, or people who don't fit in, or people who like don't accept you for who you are. So the themes behind the show are pretty good too. I really like the themes behind it. And they tackle it in a good way. I like Professor X's views on the situation, and then Magneto's views on the situation. Magneto, who by the way is my favorite character in the show. He just looked like a badass, long hair, cool powers, whatever, bro. Magneto, he's a sick ass character, and I hope we get to see more from him in like maybe future movies, because I'm a big MCU fan, and I don't have a problem if they show up in the MCU at all. I know some people have their gripes with it and whatnot, but I think he's just helping out the MCU in general. They need cooler characters in there. They've had oh, the animation. The animation is also really good in the show. It's good, like, in a way that makes it so you never feel like it's lacking. The animation is basically good throughout the whole show. I can't think that there's an episode that I didn't like the animation at all. I only have good things to say about it. There's good moments when there's scenes like, for example, big spoiler, the scene where Magneto rips the adamantium out of I almost called him X-Man again. Where what's his name? Magneto rips the adamantium out of Wolverine. There's that scene where, and they do the shot, and I know it's 1-to-1 with the panel, and it looks really good. So the animation there, the fight scenes, everything is so good. The music, their theme is, I like their theme. It's stuck in my head. You know how it goes. What else I really like the emotional beats. Like they had the really like epic scenes where like I just talked about, like Magneto rips it out of him, but they also they know exactly how to hit when like they want to tug on your like emotional heartstrings and stuff like that. There's the scene where Cable says goodbye to his parents. That scene is super good. I like that a lot. Makes you feel emotional. There's also the scene where, major spoiler, Remy dies, or Gambit dies, and that scene where, what's it called, Rogue says, I can't feel you. I should hate here, bro. So yeah, they're really good with like emotional storytelling and stuff like that. The story is really good, the animation is really good, characters are really good. So those three things just help out a story so much, because I know there's some stories where I only care about the characters, or I only care about the story, or I only care about the animation even. But yeah, so those three good things are all like ticks you want to have in your show. So it's perfect in that regard. So let's move on to things I didn't like about the show. For me, I never watched the original X-Men. So, and I don't have like, so when they bring out like cameos and stuff like that, it kind of just feels like, hey, you remember this? And as someone who hasn't seen the show, I don't remember it. Like, and I get it. The show is for the fans of the people who grew up watching it, or the people who watched it in the first place. So I don't have a problem with it. It's just something that like kind of took away from the experience a little bit when someone would pop out, and it felt like I had to go back and do homework, which I did. I watched numerous videos on it. I watched Screen Crush like every week to explain what I just watched, because sometimes there were characters who would just pop up. Like, for example, the very last scene at the end, the character Apocalypse pops up. And I didn't know who that was until I watched Screen Crush talk about it. I can't really think of much else that I don't like about the show. It's just a really good show. If you're a fan of superheroes, if you're a fan of animation, if you're a fan of good writing and good characters, I would highly recommend it. It's actually a really good show. I'm trying to remember that. There's probably gonna be something I'm forgetting that I'm not talking about now that I'll probably hate myself over later, but I'm trying to remember it now. I guess I should say. So, what would I give this show out of 10? I would say solid 9 out of 10. I really don't have a problem with the show. I guess a 1 out of 10, I don't even know what that is. I just can't call it a perfect show because I did have a gripe with it in the first place. But it's not a perfect show, but it's a really, really, really good show. A perfect show in my eyes is like Game of Thrones. I don't care if the ending like butchered it entirely, but Game of Thrones is probably my favorite series of all time. So yeah, I just wanted to gush about this series, and you should really go watch it. It's a really good episode, a really good series. If you care at all about stuff like this, I would highly recommend watching it. So that's my thoughts on it, and I'm gonna call it there. 9 out of 10, Monas's review. I want to start doing videos like these more often, so I think that's it. So see ya.